Right, part 2. I did want to start part 2 by filming my truck getting washed at Limoges, but there was a big queue, so I didn't wait. I'm not getting about for that. It looks like it might rain anywhere. So yeah, I'm on the A20 now, just south of Limoges, like between Limoges and Brive. I'll be somewhere between Montauban and Toulouse tonight, so I could probably make the parking at St Jury, but I don't really like the parking at St Jury, so I'm not going to go there. But I'll find myself somewhere quiet, no doubt, and stay there till the early hours of Friday morning, and then run down to Barcelona. Signing, it says 285 k's to Toulouse, and I've got just under 3 hours left, so it should be just this side of Toulouse somewhere. I'm not using my sat-nav. I've decided, I made a positive decision yesterday to stop using my sat-nav due to, there were certain events that transpired yesterday that have sort of made it impossible for me to use my sat-nav. Basically, my sat-nav wanted to take me down an 18-ton weight limit, and I couldn't go down an 18-ton weight limit. So we had words, and it was a heated debate initially, but it deteriorated rapidly into an argument full blown, which deteriorated further into a physical confrontation between me and my sat-nav. And well, one thing led to another. The window was open. I wrestled it around for a couple of minutes, couldn't make it see sense. Out it went. And last time I saw it, it was bouncing down the A34. So, but I'm not going to buy another one. I only use it occasionally. So I thought I'll just do without and see how we get on. Did it for long enough without one. So I'm sort of getting a bit fed up of blindly following it around as well. So that's gone. And yeah, so see how we get on. I don't know, probably get lost a lot more, but I'm not really bothered. Still heading down towards Toulouse, in the direction of Toulouse, on the A20. About an hour and a little bit left to do today, which should put me about, I don't know, maybe 5.5 hours, something like that, from Barcelona. So to do that Friday morning is no big deal really. I really like this section of the A20 as well. This bottom part of it, down towards Montauban. As you get past Toulouse, heading down towards the A9, that's where it all starts to go wrong for me. Becomes a bit too sunburnt and arid for my liking. I really enjoy this stretch. Right, it's Thursday and I'm parked up in France and can't drive today because of the holiday. But I'm getting a little bit low on diesel, but I don't want to put diesel in France because it's cheaper in Spain. So my tanks, I have that tank, which is, I've got my gloves on by the way, for obvious, well, reasons that will become obvious. I haven't been doing anything untoward. That tank, 300 litres. Tank on the other side, 700 litres. Mine only drains off that big tank. This tank is just like a feed tank, if you will, with a balance pipe that runs underneath with taps, so I can isolate this tank from the main tank. I'm parked on a bit of an incline, sort of this way, so a lot of my diesel is run out of my big tank, through my balance pipe and into my small tank, and I'm going to put it back, and this is how I'm going to do it. You need one of these, which is just common or garden air duster, and you also need your breather on your tank. You put your air duster, which is leaking, up the spout of your breather and pull the trigger, thus pressurising that tank. Now you've got to be extremely careful. If you put too much in it, the tank will just pop and expand. It won't burst it or anything weird like that, but it will stay expanded. It will bulge forever. So once you've done it, if you do it wrong, you'll never get it back. So be very, 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 very careful how much pressure you put in that. But once that tank is pressurised, if you leave the cap off that main tank over there and the cap on this tank, the only place that pressure has got to go is through the balance pipe and into the big tank, and it will take a load of diesel with it. And once you've got, and it will take pretty much all of the diesel out of this tank and push it into the other tank. Once you've got as much diesel as you can get out of here, if you switch the isolator tap off on the balance pipe, it can't run back. And that's what I'm going to do now. Okie dokie, that's that done. It didn't take long, it only takes about 10 minutes. Once to set it all up and put everything away and do the job, it only takes about 10 minutes. But there's my fuel gauge. That was down to 1 bar. It was right in the red, and 1 bar on that gauge. See if you can get it up. There you go. 1 bar. And that's what it's like after I've pushed the fuel back. That will get me down into Spain. Spain's about 300k. Well, Agincourt, the border, is about 300k's from here. That'll easily do 300k's, that. So, yeah, and then fill it up at Agincourt. And I don't know where I'm reloading yet. It's a full load for Barcelona. I didn't mention it in part 1, but it is a full load for Barcelona. So I should be empty by dinner time and looking for a reload Friday afternoon. Hopefully I get something loaded Friday afternoon and Saturday morning and start heading back up. I need a 45 this weekend as well, but we'll see how we get on. So it's now Friday morning, early hours of Friday morning, and I'm just coming across the top of Toulouse now, and just come through the first péage at Toulouse, and this is where you pick up your first signs for Barcelona. You used to be able to cut the corner off instead of going down to Carcassonne. You used to be able to go down through Andorra, but you can't do that anymore. And typically, I've been washing my wheels and done my tanks and various other bits and pieces yesterday. It's rained all night, and it's been raining, well, since it started, which was about an hour ago, but never mind. just thought I'd film a little bit of this. Sort of like the final stretch down to the border at Uk-Barcelona. Also, sometimes known amongst British lorry drivers as Johnny Q. It's always really windy down here as well. I can't ever remember driving down here and it's not been windy. All this side of Spain, I'm still in France now, but down here and down into Spain, I should say, it's always really windy. But this stretch especially, down to the border, is always bad. And here we are, Uk-Barcelona. Completely underwhelming as the border goes, as most of them are. They've changed it a little bit relatively recently. And that's it. Now in Spain. Well, to all intents and purposes now in Spain anyway. And I'm going to come off the first junction and go and get diesel at Uk-Barcelona. I would normally come off at junction 2 and go in to the AS24 there, but I'm going to come off at junction 1 so I can film driving through Uk-Barcelona, through the old town. This is the old customs area in Uk-Barcelona. You can still park on the right hand side here. On the left hand side, you used to be able to park, it was all open, but they've blocked it all off. I don't know whether they're going to turn it into like a secure paid parking area, I don't know. But the thing about Uk-Barcelona is it's, to say the least, it's dodgy. I will never leave my truck at Uk-Barcelona. It's a rough old place. There's parking down here on the right hand side. You go across this roundabout and get the BP garage on the right. There's a BP garage on the left as well, where the tobacco shop is, and a bit further down on the right hand side there's truck parking. Now you can park in there, and on the other side of the road there's a cash machine, and I've had incidents at that cash machine. In fact, twice I've had problems at that cash machine getting money out, where I've been followed, and yeah, it's a dodgy old place, is Uk-Barcelona. It's not good. Frequented by ladies of low moral values as well. This is the parking I meant, on the right hand side here. Come here in the summer, it's absolutely heaving with tourists. The bank on the left hand side there, the one with the blue border around the top, the cash machine on the end of the building there. There's one a little bit further up as well, but that never seems to be working whenever I come. This is junction 2, I'm just going past junction 2 now, where I would normally have come off if I hadn't wanted to film the town there. If you're on IDS, it's called, I've heard it called, the Purple Turtle on the left hand side there where the supermarket is, and it's called the Purple Turtle because there's a big picture of a turtle that's actually blue when you look at it, but there you go. And that's where they do the IDS there. The queues for the IDS there used to be horrendous when everybody used to be on IDS, when you used to be able to get cheap diesel on IDS in Greece, and everybody used it, I think mainly because of that, I don't know, but the queues there were horrendous. You'd go in there, you'd be lost in there for 2-3 hours. But it seems to be a lot quieter these days as fewer and fewer companies use IDS. AS24 being seemingly the most popular one. The AS24, it's large and square, it is just truck parking, and these supermarkets and cafes and places like that, there's nothing else to the place. I'm going to get straight on a pump here as well. FH16 600, we used to have one of them. Yeah, I'm going to get straight on the pump. There's another IDS, if you turn left at this round, sorry, AS24. If you turn left at that roundabout, go up to the end, there's an AS24 up there as well, but I sort of have the opinion if you can see an empty pump here, then why not come here? But you can guarantee one thing, when I'm out, even though I'm stood at the side of my truck, fueling it up, when I'm out here, this is going to be locked. Because you're on one side, and they'll climb in the other.